Hello, let's make a painting and let's see. We're gonna start with a lot of water. By the way, that's a lot of paint left over on the glass from the previous one. I rarely clean the glass because it's very nice to have some kind of marks when we do this. Look at this. I mean, you can come up with all kind of stuff from that. Okay, so let's see. First thing first. I think today I'm gonna start with the sky and I'm gonna make it very blue. Actually, I do like this idea of some kind of marks shaping for when I flip the page over and do all that stuff. Rarely I use them actually when I think about it, because I prefer the spontaneous. Well, this is spontaneous too. Anyway, I just rarely use it. So this time we're gonna take blue. Stay here, buddy. And now we're gonna remove some of the paint immediately. We want to have some kind of fluffy clouds. The reason for that is we want to remove paint while the paper is still wet, so we can kind of naturally blend again. Okay, that's fine. Now the mountains. I will not do the mountains that much. I will just push a little bit. No, you know what? I will leave them as it is. I don't need to do anything with them. One thing I will do, I will take some gold green, and I want it to be pretty liquidy. And we're gonna cover the front, the lower portion of the paper, the foreground. This is, we're gonna create the foreground. So now we clearly separated the foreground from the midground and the background, which one is the sky. It's no horizon here, by the way. What we're gonna do next? Well, next is gonna be taking the thin brush and shaping the edges of these mountains. There we go. Now when I'm doing this, I'm taking my long brush and I'm putting like I'm putting paint on the whole brush and just shape it and drag it around. Okay, a little bit more here. There we go. And here, you're pretty much following the natural dark spots that was created earlier from the glass itself. There we go. Another thing is I'm not pushing very hard. I'm barely touching and dragging the. There we go. Now, this is all good. Here's the next step for the whole thing. I will take some different type of green, and you know, that's your choice, whatever you want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start tapping. And we're going to make some evergreens. Now, of course, it's not going to be everywhere. But the one, well, not the one, but two particular places I'm going to make this evergreen stand up is where is the dark spots of the mountains. And the reason for that is I don't want them to stay like this, like a weird, alone, lonely spot. I want them to kind of overlap, and the only place I want it to stay clean is where the mountains are clean, so we can have a nice path here. I'm not going to clean the brush. I'm just going to take black paint straight up with the green, so we can have a nice green, darker green, so we can create a little bit more second layer on the trees. Of course, while the brush starts getting more and more drier, well, I will still need a little bit of water, but when it starts to become drier, now I can start doing the throwing shadow. And of course, we have the shadows here, so that means the light comes from here, obviously. And there you go. Very simple, and we just pretty much build it up. Not a, well, I guess layer after layer. Okay, take the palette knife. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna put some textures on that trees. There you go. Pushing up and down, up and down, up and down. There you go. Very simple. Same thing for the ground. We're just gonna try to mimic the trees. Here is very empty, doesn't fit anywhere. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create some kind of texture so we can match the whole ground. Of course, some grass by simply moving light strokes around. There we go. Now, for the trees are great. The one thing is missing is the light. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my thin brush again, and this time adding the light with the gold green. Of course, the gold green is gonna be a little bit more concentrated, but that's gonna be a perfect match for our ground, the foreground, because it's gold green too. There you go. Now, of course, here we can do all kind of stuff. Not many things I will, if I gotta be honest, I wanted to do. But you can do like a fence, you can do like a gate, you can, I was thinking to do a baby rock actually. But you know what, forget about it. We're gonna skip the baby rock. Gate sounds like nice. I don't do much of, I do a lot of fences, but not gates. Let's do this. There we go. And here, you know what, let's make it open. Welcoming us. Okay. Take a little bit of black. And you see I'm doing it very loose, by the way. I don't want it to be way too detailed or way too constructive. If I do this, then I start to obligate myself to more realistic painting, which one is not what I want to do, of course. Throwing shadow. I will take the palette knife and just make a distortion. There you go. But you can do all kind of stuff. You can do red cardinals. You can do. I'm pretty much go through my favorite stuff to do as details. And there we go. Watercolor, abstract, landscape.